How to win the battle in your mind. Hi everyone, Angus Pryor here, #1 Google ranked dental marketer in Australia. Now I'm reading a book at the moment called Winning the War in Your Mind. It's by a guy called Craig Groeschel, who's a New York Times best-selling author. He's got quite an interesting background. He's got a business podcast about leadership. He's worked as a minister, and so with that background, you would expect that he would be dealing with people all the time who, have got sort of struggles in their life. And the truth is that he's quite open about his own struggles. Even though in some ways he was very successful, he really struggled, with these sort of feelings of, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, etc. And he said something in this book that I've never really thought about before, and I wanted to share with you. He says, the battle for your life is won or lost in your mind. And that may sound like a big call, but think about all the examples of people whose circumstances you would think would say to them that they're going to have a bad life, and yet somehow they manage to find, a kind of a good life in the midst of terrible struggles. One of the things that I've heard people say is that when they visit very poor countries, particularly the kids who've got nothing, they've never seen them so happy. There's been, people in jail in all sorts of situations where the situation is terrible, and yet because of the battle in their mind, they turn it into a positive. So the battle for your life is won or lost in your mind. And I have to say to you on reflection, I think that's probably true. And then his second statement is, your thoughts will control you, so you have to control your thoughts. So it's just something for us to ponder, are we someone who just is kind of completely reactive, or are we consciously choosing to control our thoughts? I just read a book by Dave Meltzer, and he says when your thoughts are going down a negative pathway, he says out loud, cancel. And I've started doing that because I find myself as well in these little loops. You're thinking about things and, that didn't work well, and that person, I didn't like them, etc., etc. And then you go, well, is this serving me? And so say out loud, cancel. Anyway, so there you have it. The battle for your life is won or lost in the mind, and your thoughts will control you, so you need to control your thoughts. Hope you find that helpful, winning the war in your mind. Catch you next time.